Piers, I know you. I love the Daily Mail. I read it every day. You're a hard-hitting guy. You've gone after Trump when you disagree with him. You've also praised him when you think he does the right thing. Don't you think that the media in this country has lost all perspective?
I don't think it's just the media. I think there are large swathes of the American people who've lost their minds, and the media are fueling this crazy hysteria. You know, here's what I think has happened. The media in America, the mainstream media, print and cable and main network news, they kind of collaborated in fueling the beast of Donald Trump. When he first ran, they started by saying he was a joke. Then they realized he was getting ratings. Then they gave him the airtime. Then they put him on the front pages. They kept fueling. But they never imagined he might actually win. And while they were fueling, he was out there running around America, galvanizing and resonating with the American people in middle America, way away from the two coasts. And then came the moment when the American media went, we've got to kill this guy off. This is out of control. But rather like Dr. Frankenstein, it was too late. The beast that they had helped create, as they see it, could not be killed off, and he won the presidency. What I don't like about what is going on now is there is an absolutely frenzied and concerted attempt to delegitimize, sabotage and destroy the Trump presidency before it's even started. I think that is un-American. I don't think it's a patriotic thing that they're doing. I think it's nakedly partisan. It's driven by the New York Times, who were completely in the tank for Hillary Clinton. And I think that as a journalist who worked at CNN for 4 years, where CNN always tried to be, I know your view about CNN, but has a lot of good people there. I think they've got to be careful, all of them. They've got to look at what they're doing here and ask themselves, is this legitimate journalistic rigor, or is it incredibly partisan, often nakedly abusive treatment of a new president? And I think, I'm afraid, it's bordering on the latter. This Russian scandal, when you play some journalists who I completely respect, when you play them talking about this being the new Watergate, being Pearl Harbor, 9/11, you know, the biggest scandal since Iran-Contra and so on, this is a wildly exaggerated view as the facts currently stand. The facts are there is nothing right now to link Donald Trump to any collusion with anyone from Russia in relation to the American election.
Piers,
nothing.
I
nothing.
That is, you have laid out an extraordinarily powerful indictment against journalism and the media in this country. Let me ask you a follow-up question. And, all right, we had a competitive, it's not really competitive, but, okay, you mentioned CNN. But when WikiLeaks revealed the level of collusion with the news media and Hillary Clinton's campaign, I'm sure even you were shocked and surprised that it ran so deep on so many levels, and how corrupt that is.
Well, look, I think most people at CNN are thoroughly decent journalists, and I respect their integrity.
But they still colluded.
Well, sure, when you saw the behavior of people like Donna Brazile, who I work with a lot at CNN, deliberately feeding questions to the Clinton camp for debate, I mean, I was completely shocked by that. But I was also shocked when I picked up the New York Times in the middle of the campaign and saw 11 different pieces, including letters, about Donald Trump in one issue, and all 11 were negative, including 4 letters. Now, what does that tell you? What it told me was you have a very partisan paper masquerading as a paper of record. Today's expose, the bombshell by the New York Times, when you actually read it, admits itself. It has nothing to link Donald Trump to this. Now, I think it's perfectly reasonable, just to make this point, Sean, it's perfectly reasonable when a national security advisor resigns like General Flynn within 3 weeks of getting the job, for journalists to do their job and go after that. And actually, Donald Trump, I think, should answer questions from CNN and others at press conferences. It's reasonable to go after the story. It's not reasonable to make everybody through the slant of your coverage believe this is Armageddon, Trump's in there with Putin, he's clearly fixed the election, and so on.
Let me bring in Joe.